All right, coming to you live following the loss of the Ohio State Buckeyes at Autzen against the mighty Oregon Ducks. Just my rapid reaction. I really don't have much to say, guys. I really wish I did, but Oregon was a better team tonight. Ohio State made too many mistakes, too many holes on the defense. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's a tough loss for us, but it's one we're going to have to accept. We're going to have to get better from. Lots of time, lots of little things that could have happened to change the outcome of the game on both sides. Bad calls, missed calls, non calls, uh, bad penalties. For both teams, there's really just Oregon had a better game plan. They came out there and showed the Buckeyes some stuff they hadn't seen before. Kudos on that radicalized onside kick they did, where they just completely punched it right in the linebacker's chest and recovered it. That was a big deal for them. They ended up getting points out of that. Um, just not a great day to be, or well, it is what it is, kind of. I kind of had this sinking feeling before the season started that Oregon was probably going to win this game. Ohio State certainly still has the inside track to get into Indianapolis. They do get to play at Penn State, which is positive. They'll play at Penn State. If they can beat Penn State, by the way, also won a very close game on the West Coast tonight. They defeated USC by a field goal. But tough game, hard fought game, exciting game. Let's not forget that we've had quite the lineup for the Big Ten football this evening. We had USC and Penn State that went to overtime, and we went Oregon, Ohio State that went right down to the very last play. Um, Certainly, there has to be some changes on the defensive side of the ball. Oregon was rushing against them. Their rushing against Ohio State was ridiculous. Um, Ohio State just collapsed against the deep pass threat. I don't know what that was. Um, I don't know if it was just Denzel Burke getting caught with a stutter step one or two times, or if there's a serious issue there. But it kind of is what it is, and it ain't what it ain't. Tough loss, a tough loss for Ohio State. I will be wearing the Oregon Ducks hat uh, for the remainder of the week as soon as it gets here. I think it's going to get here on Tuesday, so I will wear that on Tuesday and on Friday's show. I just want to say congratulations to Oregon Ducks. Congratulations to the Oregon Ducks fans. Welcome to your first big win inside the Big Ten Conference. You played really well. Dylan Gabriel, I think, is a stud. You got a lot of studs on your team. I will say the kid who spat in the defensive back's face, he probably shouldn't be playing next game. That's just my opinion. If your coach has any disciplinary skills, it's definitely something that you can't abide by your players spitting on other people. That's just simply disgusting, and it's uncalled for. But huge loss for Ohio State, big win for Oregon, guys. I lost all my bets this week, and I just it's like getting sucker punched. Coming down to the last play of the game, Jeremiah Smith gets that penalty called on him. It pushes you out of field goal range. You completely screw up on clock management there. It's frustrating. It's frustrating as an Ohio State fan. And then you've got a fifth year senior like Will Howard running down and running with the last play of the game and running at a time. I don't know. I don't know where we go from here. I think we got our bye week next week. We got to bounce back. We've got tough games in front of us. We've got Penn State. We've got Indiana. We've got the game in Columbus this year. All we can do is we got to win those games that are in front of us. Win the games that are in front of us, and try and make our way to Indianapolis and get a shot. I think Oregon's probably pretty well set for the rest of the season. I think this is the best team that Oregon will face this year. So I wouldn't be shocked to see Oregon run undefeated into the Big Ten championship game. Ohio State's got to do the same and definitely run all the way through. They can't stop. The biggest game of the season for them is, of course, the game in Columbus. But after that, it's the Penn State Nittany Lions. If they can get back, beat Penn State, have that tiebreaker over them, get past a tough Indiana squad, get past Michigan. Ohio State should play Oregon in Indianapolis. It's going to be a mostly Ohio State crowd in Indianapolis, and I think Ohio State would have the edge there. Just like a gut punch, guys. Like I am so drained after that game. I believe there were 7 lead changes in that game. Absolutely nuts. If you took the over, congratulations. You would have won on the over. The quarter spreads were a little more different, but big win for Oregon. I congratulate the Oregon Ducks. You guys earned that win. You deserve that win. I really, there's not much more I can say. I wish you the best for the rest of your season, and hopefully we'll see you in Indianapolis. That's all I can say, and we might actually end up seeing you in the playoffs too. So this might be the beginning of a trilogy this season, and I kind of hope it is because it's a fun game. These two teams are probably the most evenly matched teams in the Big Ten. They went toe to toe with each other, blow to blow with each other. At the end of the game, bad clock management. Ohio State could have had a chance to kick a field goal. I don't trust Fielding to make that field goal necessarily, but they'd have at least had a chance to play for the win. I just don't know. I'm going to have a shot of whiskey for my Buckeyes. That's good. I have a shot of whiskey for the Oregon Ducks. I see there are some people in the chat here. I didn't technically mean to make this go live. I was recording a video for Rapid Reax, but I will hit your comments since you were so kind to tune into this. Illini Ted, this was a crazy day. This was a fantastic day in the Big Ten. If you enjoy Washington, Iowa came alive offensively. I don't think anybody saw that coming. Wisconsin, the air raid offense now works. Who knew? Purdue is Purdue. Purdue didn't surprise anybody. The USC Penn State game coming down to overtime, and the USC kicker missing the kick in overtime. It was just an unreal slate of games in the Big Ten, just unreal. And then you top it off with Ohio State, Oregon at the night game with record. They set the record attendance in Autzen when Ohio State came to town. I am very interested to see, as competitive as that game was, if that game beats the numbers that Alabama, Georgia did this season. I'd be really interested in knowing if it does do that. So let's see here. Nitwit, Ohio State was the better team and should have won that game. Listen, the better team is the team that wins. And Oregon is the team that won, so they were the better team tonight. Down go the Nuts. Yeah, the Buckeyes lost. I'm shocked Will Howard will make such a boneheaded mistake with clock management. Not just Will Howard, Ryan Day. They ended that game with a timeout in their pocket. If you knew you were losing that much time on the clock, you could have called a timeout there, preserved, 20 seconds, thrown out routes to the sidelines to stop the clock and run your field goal team out there. Can't put all of that on Will Howard. Now, the last play you could put on Will Howard, him running to get it into field goal range with 6 seconds left, he should have known better that there was no way that was going to work. He should have just thrown that ball out there, maybe hope for a touchdown or something like that once the play broke down. The new look Big Ten has created some exhausting to watch marquee matchups. This was one of them. Look, it's competitive. This is why we brought these West Coast teams in. We wanted to be competitive. We wanted competitive matchups. That's what we've got. Penn State, number 4, went into an unranked USC, down 14 points, came back to win by a field goal. Hell of a game. I'm sure CBS was really happy with it. Oregon, Ohio State, you have 7 lead changes in the game. It comes down to the last drive. It's, we thought it was going to be whoever had the ball last. And Ohio State had the ball last, but it wasn't them. Just poor clock management. Two Master says nuts got bucked. I like to say we got cracked. The TV numbers should be higher. They should be. Unfortunately, I don't know with it being a West Coast team if that's going to be the case. I think Alabama and Georgia might get a little bit of a pass because they are both Southeastern teams in the Eastern time zone. I don't know how much Oregon being a West Coast team will affect the rating, but we'll see here in a week because we don't get ratings until the following week for our games that aired this week. The TV number will be massive. I think so. I'm just interested to see if it beats Alabama, Georgia. And then by the time we get that rating in, you'll have Texas, Georgia. Who knows what the rating will be on that game? Antoine Coe is mostly referring to the final play. Yeah, it was bad play. You can't run the ball with that. You can't. I don't know. Jeremiah Smith, again, the guy's a stud. He just got caught on that, the announcer said he didn't know his own strength. It was a pretty clear push off. It was the right call. I hate that the call was made, obviously, because it took us out of field goal range, but it was the right call. I think the refs, for the most part, did a pretty good job tonight. There were some missed calls, of course. That interception catch, we don't know in the first quarter. Obviously, lots of holding calls that I saw from Oregon that didn't get called, but you can't leave it in the officials' hands. Ohio State had their hands on the ball at the end of the game. They were driving. Just, couldn't close the deal, couldn't seal the deal. Stormy Cyclone says 6-0, first time since 1938. Congratulations to the Iowa State Cyclones. Big win over West Virginia. I think West Virginia needs to evaluate some things. Congratulations, Stormy Cyclone. Happy for your Cyclones, and I hope your harvest is going well. The Big 12 is crazy. Yeah, we've got 2 undefeated still. We've got BYU and we've got Iowa State still. So it's funny. I was going to tell this to you and Nate. Of all the teams that we thought would be unbeaten by this time of the year, we did not think Nate's BYU would be one of them. Just did not think of it at all. I would have called Ohio State and Utah to both be undefeated by this point in the season. And meanwhile, Nate's BYU is soaring. David Frame says my Mountaineers got run over. Yeah. Texas looks like the best team in the country. Oklahoma looks like the worst team in the country. I don't understand. I watched that game. At some point, you got to take that kid out and put Jackson Arnold back in. I don't care if it hurts the kid's confidence. You guys weren't doing anything offensively for Oklahoma. I get the standpoint. I don't want to hurt the kid's confidence, but at some point you're down 31-3 in the second half make the change. Yeah, but I'm gonna jump off here, guys. I just wanted to come on here and vent a little bit, give my reaction to the game. I will say it again. Congratulations to the Oregon Ducks. Congratulations to the Oregon Duck fan base. I just checked the tracking status. My hat will be here allegedly on Tuesday. If it makes it early on Monday, I will pop into the Big Ten Mafia show with the duck hat on. Otherwise, I will wear it on Tuesday or Friday. I don't know that I'm going to be doing Tuesday show this week, so I will wear it on Friday. Just a friendly reminder, Mowing After Dark tomorrow at 7 p.m. East, 4 p.m. Pacific. We'll get more into this game and all the games in college football. I want to thank everybody who's watched. If you want to leave some comments, please leave a comment down below and rub my nose in this Buckeye loss. Feel free. We appreciate the engagement. If you've enjoyed watching this video, give it a like as well. That always helps. Hopefully, to the rest of you, hopefully your team won or they were on bye this week. And I hope you all have a great evening. Peace out.